Peace and blessings, class, and good morning. Welcome to your fifth and sixth grade class. Today we're going to talk about estimating products, which is a lot like multiplying multiples of 10, but it doesn't only consist of multiples of 10. There's a step before that. So when you're estimating products, you're going to estimate the numbers to turn the ones into zeros. Once you estimate the products or the numbers and you estimate them to both equal zero at the end, we're going to multiply them. So it's estimating products because you take the ones place and you're estimating or rounding to the nearest 10, and then you're multiplying them together. So let me give you an example. Let me share my screen. So here's our first example. I'm going to take you step by step because even introducing this concept sounds a little more complicated than what it really is, okay? So looking at our book as an example, it says 38, the number 38, and we're going to multiply that number by 72, okay? And this is on page 10, okay? In your Google Classroom, it should be understood to be Tuesday assignment. So we're gonna take 38, but when we take 38, we're going to look at the ones place, okay? Now looking at the ones place and knowing how to round, we're gonna make a small number line here, okay? And in this number line, we have 0, okay? We have 5 in the center, and then we have 10. Anything in the ones place that has the number 5 or higher, we're going to move to the next tens. I'm gonna put next up here. And this is just a mathematical map to remember. Anything under or lower than 5 to 0 will stay the same. So we're going to put stay. And we know when we see stay, it means stay the same. We know we see next 10, we're moving to the next tens place, okay? So we have 38. Is 38 between 0 and 4, or is it between 5 and 10? Well, we know 5, 6, 7, 8. So that means it's between 5 and 10. That means we're going to take 30 to the next tens. And if we count by tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, the next tens is going to be 40. Okay? Then we look at our 72. We're going to look in the ones place and ask ourselves, are we going to move up to the next tens, or are we going to stay at the tens that we're at? Well, 2 is between 0 and 5, so that means that we're going to stay at the tens place that we're at. But this 2 is changed to a 0. So we're going to multiply 40 times 70 because We're going to change this 2 to a 0. And then we're going to multiply just like we did with multiplying multiples of 10. So you have 4 times 7, which is 28. And we're going to move our zeros, giving us an answer of 2,800. Okay? So we're going to leave our mathematical map here, or our number line, and we're going to try another one. We have 31 times 33. Okay? So we're going to look at the ones place. Is the number 1, not 31, not the 3, just the 1, because the 1 is in the ones place, right? So let's look at that 1. Is it between 0 and 5 or 5 and 10? Well, 1 is right after 0, so it's between 0 and 5 or 0 and 4. That means we stay at 30 and change our 1 to 0. Times. All right, and let's look at our 3 in the ones place. Now, we have 2 3s here, but we're not looking at the 3 in the tens place. We're simply looking at the 3 and the ones place. Now, 3, is it between 0 and 4, or is it between 5 and 10? Of course, it's between 0 and 4 because 3 comes right before 4. That means we stay, okay? And that means, because we're going to stay, that means we're going to stay in the 30s. And we're going to change our 3 to 0. We're going to multiply 3 times 3, which is 9. And we're going to move our zeros. Be careful not to say add, because we're not adding, we're simply moving our zeros. And that will give us an answer of 900. Let me see if I can find something a little more complicated. This is really good. Let's try 89 we'll do 89 times 79. All right. Now, remember, starting off, we're only interested in the ones place, okay? So for 89, we have 9 in the ones place. So the number 9, is it between 0 and 4, or is it between 5 and 10? Well, we know, being in the 5th and 6th grade, that 9 simply comes right before 10. So what does that mean for us? Will we stay, or will we go to the next tens? We will go to the next tens place. And if you count by tens, you have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and then we have what? 90. 90. I have one hand low. 90. So 90. So what that means is this 89 turns into 90 because whatever's in the ones place turns into a 0. Multiplied by, we're going to look at the ones place. And again, we have 9. We know 9 comes right before 10. We know 5 to 10, we move to the next tens place. So what is that if we count by tens? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 70 or 70. So that means this 7 is going to turn into an 8. And this 9 is going to simply turn into a 0. 9 times 8, 72. And then we're going to move, not add, but move our zeros. And our answer will be 7,200. Well, I hope this assists you with completing page 10. You know how to reach me. If you have any questions, you can call me, text me, leave a comment in Google Classroom, or email me. I pray to a lot of you all are successful, but I know you will be because you are great. Assalamu alaikum.